We all love a legendary comeback, and Degree Original Cool Rush is back and better than ever. Cool Rush isn't just a scent, it's a movement, a fan favorite that delivers bold, fresh vibes and all-day sweat protection. Whether you have a man that spends hours in the gym, heads into the office early, or is just trying to stay fresh on a long day, Cool Rush has their back. Head to your local Walmart or Target and grab Degree Cool Rush, the fan favorite scent from the world's #1 antiperspirant brand.
Hey friends, this is Audie Cornish, host of CNN This Morning and The Assignment, and guess what? Every story you care about, every angle you want unpacked is now streaming on CNN. That means you can catch my show or other CNN programming whenever you want on your favorite device. And a subscription also gets you access to exclusive video series and unlimited articles. So subscribe to CNN at cnn.com/subscription.
Wouldn't it be amazing if there were an easy way to carve out time for self-care? I'm not talking face masks and manicures. I mean true enrichment for our mental, physical, spiritual, and financial health. I want to tell you about a new lifestyle app that launched this year called Shape and Foster. It provides monthly actionable insight from 6 experts in mental health, financial planning, nutrition, fitness, yoga, and life coaching. It's a one-stop shop for self-improvement. You create your own profile, watch videos by the experts, ask questions in a forum, be part of a community, and enhance your quality of life by improving awareness, your identity, and potential. Visit that'stotalmomsense.com/shape and foster for a free 3-day trial and a discounted annual plan of just $89 a month should you decide to become a member. Moms and dads, we need to take care of our kids, but above all else, make time to take care of you with Shape and Foster. Hi, it's Kanika, and I'm back with a brand new season of That's Total Mom Sense, where I interview parenting experts, world-renowned thought leaders, best-selling authors, and trailblazing entrepreneurs on their incredible life stories and mom sense experiences.
Hi, I'm Gabby Bernstein, and you're listening to me on That's Total Mom Sense.
It's me, Bobby Brown, on Total Mom Sense. Can't wait to share my story.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa, and you're listening to me on That's Total Mom Sense.
Pandemic or not, these episodes will inspire you to make every single day count. Episodes release on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Join my tribe and subscribe wherever you listen so you never miss an episode.
I have been through so much crap in my life, and my resiliency has always kicked in. And I think that if I had had an easier life growing up and I had less challenges, I wouldn't have had the inner strength to look at major doctors at 4 medical centers in and around New York City, including Sloan Kettering. And when they told me I had a 99% chance of dying, right, from my cancer, I looked at them and my very first response out of my mouth was, well, somebody has to be the 1%. Let's go.
As moms, we often wonder, am I doing enough for my kids? I'm here to tell you, you are Super Mama. That's because we have an undeniable superpower, our intuition, and it never steers us wrong. I call it our mom sense. Hi, I'm Kanika Chadda Gupta, and I'm the host of That's Total Mom Sense. I'm a journalist, entrepreneur, wife, and mom of 3, twins +1. Now, if I had $1 every time I heard, gee, you have your hands full. On my podcast, I interview influential moms from various industries and cover topics that all first-time parents grapple with, from getting your baby to sleep to screen time allowance, your new normal in your marriage, and how to dedicate time to yourself. Learn and laugh along with That's Total Mom Sense. My guest today is a force. She's a mother and a healer and a founder and a motivational speaker to a global audience with her life's work. From stage 4 cancer patient to ComedyCures CEO, Saranne Rothberg is a sought-after healthcare thought leader, speaker, patient advocate, health and happiness expert, and is regularly featured on CNN, ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, and PBS. Saranne collaborates with Fortune 500 companies, leading medical centers, the World Health Organization, the United Nations, the National Cancer Institute, U.S. military, and many prestigious universities and nonprofits. She creates innovative global wellness-related programming in all media formats, collaborating with a myriad of healthcare professionals, thought leaders, researchers, and entertainers to start conversations, share ideas at healthcare conventions, stimulate research, and find solutions across healthcare and many industries. Saranne launched the ComedyCures Foundation from her chemo chair in 1999, and today is cancer-free, helping over 1 million people at over 1,800 live and digital events worldwide rediscover their funny bone, mojo, and purpose. ComedyCures.org is an acclaimed nonprofit organization that brings joy, hope, laughter, and therapeutic edu-tainment to patients, caregivers, and those who need it most. I want to just cover high level some of the accolades that she has because it is truly remarkable. She's an Oprah's hero and was featured in Oprah's New York Times bestseller, Live Your Best Life. She is a YWCA Woman of Influence, a World Health Organization Health Champion, AOL Mom of the Year. And some of the events that she's done that have been really groundbreaking are she was the first comedy event in the history of the United Nations and the launches of UN Women, the International Year of Youth, and the 52nd Congress to End Violence Against Women Worldwide. She has aligned with the World Health Organization, with the first UN Mobile Health Conference, with the first ladies from around the world, and a Guinness Book of World Records co-record holder for most people telling jokes simultaneously in 1 hour. Saranne, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm exhausted from that.
You should be. I mean,
you just read it, and I was like, that's like my life. You just made me want to take a nap.
Yeah. No, but I mean, I think you're making everyone else feel especially inspired and motivated after hearing that, to think you achieved so much in your lifetime and you're nowhere near over. It's really, really incredible. So tell us about your childhood.
I had a really amazing childhood in Philadelphia, not conventional, and most people would think it was a bit wackadoodle. But my mom is since deceased, but I had a blind mother, and my mom left my dad when I was 4 because her eyesight was fading quickly and she wanted to see the world. She was very young. She was 20 years younger than my father. And so she left to go do that in an era where single dads did not raise little girls. I mean, it was just so extraordinarily unusual. Right now, it's just common, right? Co-parenting, dad's parenting, stay-at-home dads. In my era, in the dinosaur era, the dinosaurs were walking around the earth. This was not heard of.
I was just so pleasantly surprised by the serendipity that we had and we share. So we both were in media and worked as reporters. And when I was with CNN in India, I covered the 26/11 terror attacks. One of the attacks was on a Chabad house called the Narman House. And I still remember vividly that the rabbi and his wife were shot point blank. And the surviving member of their family was their 2-year-old Moshe.
Oh, little boy.
Yes, and his nanny. They were hiding in an alcove while the shooting was going on. And when we spoke about that, you told me about your special connection to Moshe. So talk about that.
Well, I had wanted to write a children's Torah. So the Torah is like the Old Testament, and it's done in scrolls, and you see them in synagogues. They're kept in an ark. And I had been watching kids trying to hold and carry this, these sacred scrolls. And one, they were too heavy. And two, I mean, for even an adult, even for me, they're heavy. But how do you pass on that knowledge and that wisdom to a child if they're not even allowed to hold it because they could drop it because it's so heavy? Right. So I was curious, did they actually make little pint-sized Torahs for little kids? And I found out that they actually do. They're more expensive because they do them with calligraphy, but in Hebrew, writing with a quill pen. And so I found out that they're more expensive, but that they can be done. So I had suggested to my synagogue that we write this and we all chip in and pay for it. And we do it in honor of the children so that the children can have their very own connection. And so this was maybe a year before the incident that you were involved in reporting. It just was something I had come up with. And then when this terrible tragedy happened, we happened to be receiving into our synagogue these scrolls. And what was amazing was that someone in our community suggested that instead of dedicating this to the children of our synagogue, that we actually dedicate it. Oh, this makes me emotional. Yeah. We actually dedicate it in memory of the little boy's parents, who the rabbi and rebbitzin who were gunned down, and that this become.
I know. I feel it too.
Today, it's so
it's just, I know, but it's so profound for you to share. So
it's just that we can all imagine as moms that are parents, that our child would be witness to something so horrific. And I know that naming this scroll for him and in memory of his parents and having their life force and their energy in our synagogue. And then when every child takes hold of this from their parents and a parent hands it to their child, it's as if we're allowing the rabbi and rebbitzin to hand it to their own child. And every time I see it, I cry. Like now, it just is something powerful. So when you shared with me that you covered it, it was pretty staggering of a connection to you. Yeah. Because of my connection through there, and also as a human being, just feeling for the situation. But what I think your listeners should know is that night that we connected, we stayed on the phone. She has twins.
2.5 hours, I think.
She has little twins.
No, it was like
hours.
Yeah, I can talk to you whenever. And like to have that be our first connection, I think it was divine intervention. Yeah. And we have to find Moshe. Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah. I know that the grownups in his universe were very aware. There was some media coverage when we actually did the dedication. There were journalists there. And I didn't take any credit for it publicly because it just was so much my feeling that this had to be of the community, and that it wasn't one woman's quest to write or one family's quest to write this Torah or one person's quest to take responsibility. So I literally just sat back crying my eyes out as the whole ceremony took place, just knowing that, in this life, we're a vessel, right? We're a facilitator. And that in this small instance, I was just the facilitator that received that information, and I'm a doer. So I helped, kickstart it and get it done, but in no way take credit for it. It just is something that's, it's beautiful. It's just a beautiful thing. Yes. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine if you reach out?
I'm going to. And then, and we're going to, I feel like there's some power there, and it brought us together. Yeah. And we have Zarna as a link, but who knew we would have that as a link, You were recently divorced, had a baby girl, and was diagnosed with cancer. What was that moment like for you?
Bittersweet in a weird way. And I know people would probably not think of cancer diagnosis as sweet, but I actually thought I had cancer right after my daughter was born. I was breastfeeding, and the upper left quadrant of my left breast did not drain. And I couldn't get it to drain. I went to lactation consultants. I tried every technique possible, and it just wouldn't drain properly. And I come from a family where my patriarchal grandmother, so my father's mother, had cancer, breast cancer, and she died in her 40s. So in my 20s, I was very alert about breast symptoms. And I went to 11 doctors over 18 months. No one ran a scan. No one took it seriously because I was so young and so healthy. Now, that was back in 1993, right? Mm-hmm. Now, the climate is very different. They now know in research that pregnancy and breastfeeding is a great time to detect cancer. So it's very different now. But after 11 doctors and 18 months of trying, I honestly retreated, stopped talking about it. And it wasn't until 6 years later, in 1999, when my daughter was 5, that I actually had so many symptoms that I just couldn't deny the fact that I was in a health crisis. And I had to get someone to hear me. I had a husband, and then we got divorced. Mm-hmm. So that was a whole nother drama I was focused on. Just finally forget about your own body. You forget to listen to your own body. You ignore it all. And it caught up. When my daughter was 5 turning 6, I had full-blown cancer at that point. And then, of course, when I went in for all the scans, you could see it. It was like literally, I don't know, see that? Like you could see it through my skin. It was popping.
Oh my God.
Lower than that. But, so they couldn't deny it. You could actually see it, right? But what was crazy is it didn't show on any scan. Right? I had 20 mammographies in a row. Like they just kept scanning. And because of the position of where it was, it just popped out of the field. Okay. So you could see it and touch it, but the mammography didn't help at the time. So, they ordered other scans and you could see it. But so when I was diagnosed, it was like, you have cancer. Terrifying, strangling, suffocating. But at the same time, I was like, yay, they believe me. I know it's wrong. We can get a game plan. We can attack this. We got to play catch up. It's been 6 years. Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Bittersweet, very bittersweet. I have been through so much crap in my life, and my resiliency has always kicked in. And I think that if I had an easier life growing up and I had less challenges, I wouldn't have had the inner strength to look at major doctors at 4 medical centers in and around New York City, including Sloan Kettering. And when they told me I had a 99% chance of dying, right, from my cancer, I looked at them and my very first response out of my mouth was, well, somebody has to be the 1%. Let's go.
Wow.
Somebody has to be the 1%, right? I didn't see the darkness and I didn't see the drama. Mm-hmm. I saw the light, and that was my choice. And I think in life, we have that choice all day long. We have that choice with our kids. We have that choice with our colleagues. We have that choice with our spouses, with our coworkers. You can choose joy, life, positive affirmation, or you can walk towards what people perceive as pain, as crisis, as drama. And it doesn't mean that I'm never in that state or I don't have problems or drama. It's just that my resiliency to employ other strategies to get my life back on track is so incredibly fine-tuned that I take it, I hear it, I process it, and then I get my life back on track.
Yes. Well, tell us about what the ComedyCures Foundation does.
Oh, it's so simple. We bring joy, hope, and humor when you most need it, right? So that could be a mom at the end of a stressful day, right? It could be somebody who was just diagnosed with an illness. It could be someone who was just told that they are getting divorced. It could be somebody that just lost a parent. It could be somebody who's trying to get through an addiction. It could be somebody that has just experienced bombing, some act of terrorism, or is involved in a toxic domestic violence situation or domestic abuse, verbal or physical or financial, right? So it's really for everyone, right? It's really for everyone. And everyone comes to our programs because they're just so fun.
Where are they? Where are the programs? Are they online events? And
yeah. Our programs used to be live, right? So we were the masters of live event programming. And those would be in ballrooms, in community centers, in schools, in hospice, in dialysis, in the UN, in the World Health Organization, in military bases, in senior centers, in orphanages. We just were everywhere. It was just such an unbelievable blessing to be taking people on a journey, right, from their present situation to experiencing within the time of a program, whether it's a 1 hour program, a half-hour program, a 2 hour program, a 3-weekend program, whatever it would be, that they would make this journey with us and then walk away with so many skills to approach their life and in their day in such a different way, right? So they used to all be live, and now because of the pandemic, we pivoted and we're all digital, except when we deliver amazing blessings to hospitals or underserved community centers. Then just start doing online comedy. Our comedy is a very family-friendly brand. It's for adults. We do have children's programs, but we really focus a lot on the adults. And humor that wouldn't be inflammatory, that wouldn't make people feel badly, but it's still super funny. And then we have support groups like workshops where we teach these strategies to patients and caregivers so that they can, have an easier time, especially in the pandemic, in their responsibilities of either medical adherence, taking their medicine, going for their scans and things when it's so stressful to enter a hospital, or caregivers who are now dealing with the pandemic and being a caregiver and working at a job and having all of this responsibility with family, even beyond their caregiving role for, say, an ill person. Right. So we just were so sensitive to all of that. And how could we deliver this right into your living room for free?
Yeah, no, that's beautiful. I love that. So let's hear a little bit about L'Oreal, your daughter, because she has had a prolific career herself at such a young age. Tell us a little bit about her and what she's working on now.
So I don't know how many of you have kids that are so different from you. But it didn't dawn on me until she was 16 that we are not alike, because I planned this massive surprise party for her and she found out about it and canceled the entire thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And I mean, literally called everyone and said, do not come. It's not happening. And I was like, what? So she looked at me and she very honestly said, look, you love people. Like, you inhale humans. You're your happiest when you are like in throngs of people getting to know everyone.
This episode is brought to you by Marqeta. When it comes to your payments provider, you can't afford to compromise. Marqeta's modern payment solutions flex with your business without the trade-offs. Stable and agile, secure and innovative, scalable and configurable. If they say you can't have it all, don't believe them. Your business demands more. Choose a payments provider that delivers more. Choose Marqeta. Visit marqeta.com/Spotify to learn more.
Grabbing the holidays by the boughs with Duluth. Step 1. Hire a mall Santa to handle snow removal.
Ho, ho, ho! My sciatica.
Step 2. Hit Duluth Trading and load up on fire hose pants, buck naked underwear, pocket pack bibs, free swinging flannel, and all kinds of ingenious gear you won't find anywhere else. Grab the holidays by the boughs and shop Duluth Trading. online and in store.
I don't like people so much.
Yeah.
She's
yeah.
like,
oh my goodness.
actually, I'm an extrovert because of you, in the sense that I've been in this charity since I'm like 5 turning 6. So 6 actually, technically. So I've learned to just be in the public, but I'm really an introvert, and I'd rather have a small group of my closest friends, like just a few, 3 maybe, than this massive party. You want the massive party. I don't want the massive party. So that is so eye-opening. I only had one that I gave birth to. So like, I didn't have others to experiment with to see how I would do. But just this one, basically at 16, was like, I have a different path. And so that's kind of was a defining moment for us, as best friends, but also as a mom and a daughter. And so she's super artistic. She had a massive record deal, very, very young. And, she just explored that, and then decided before she was about to go on tour, she had to make a music video. And she realized, making this music video, that I actually don't want to go on tour. I don't care if people applaud me or like my music. I just love the creative process. Wow. And she had the courage as a young woman, after all this time, creating this album that was so anticipated by a major label, and major producers, right? Like, I could name the who's who of people that worked on this album, all top Billboard top chart #1 producers. And, she walked away and said, I think it's a waste of everyone's time. I really just want to create content. And she froze that entire music career. And she ended up selling 2 television properties, a pilot and a series. And she got this really incredible offer to be a writer. They created a position for her on the Fox show called Prodigal Son. Mm-hmm. And she went on to a major network show as a TV writer. And now Prodigal Son's in its 2nd season, and she was promoted to story editor. So what's so cool is that her episode for 2021 will air March 2nd. And that is going to be available on Hulu. If you missed it, it'll be in reruns on Fox. But what's so cool about this season's episode is that it's when Catherine Zeta-Jones is introduced to the cast and Alan Cumming. So she's so excited. Not only does she get to write for Michael Sheen and Tom Payne and Bellamy Young and Lou Diamond Phillips, but now it's her episode, the winter finale, that gets to introduce 2 all completely new characters to the cast. And that was just super exciting and super challenging for her. And the other cool thing about the episode is that Lou Diamond Phillips is making his directorial debut for Prodigal Son on her episode. So she got to work with Lou on it. And they're all just yummy. Like, they're all just such great people. It's a great cast. It's a great writing staff.
I love it. I love it. Now tell us about some initiatives you have going on right now.
I am so excited to tell your people about what's happening, because I think, just as a mom with a dream, you can imagine what it would be like when a multinational corporation that's been in existence 100 years cold calls you on the phone and just says, we really love your laughter and we really love your joy. And we just think what you stand for is so fun. And the messages that you communicate about comedy and hope and bringing so much levity to families and to people in tough times. Like, we really want to help support you and what you're doing. And I was like, okay, this is starting off really well, this conversation. Yeah. And then they go, we're the laughing cow. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Laughing cow? I have your cheese. I love your cheese. Are you kidding me?
That's awesome.
So I was like, well, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? And they said, well, we'd like to give you $75,000 to support your programs.
Wow.
And I was blown away.
Amazing.
Like, In a pandemic, somebody cold calls you and offers you $75,000. So I have to tell you, my first reaction was, do I have to go to France and milk some cows? What do I have to do for 75?
Just what you're already doing, I guess, right?
I think, do you need me to come milk cows? Is that what? Monica and I are going to come and milk cows. Everybody that interviewed me is going to come.
Exactly. I mean, we would just run at the chance to do whatever you said.
I didn't have to milk the cow.
And you don't have to.
I would have. I would have gone and milked cows. I would have done it to bake the cheese.
Right.
He actually said, no, just keep doing what you're doing. And then we have a vision to bring your laughter to the world. And I was like, excuse me? And they were like, yeah, we want to create this super fun online experience where you can help share the laughter of all the people and all the lives you've touched on a global experience online. So basically create a laughter globe.
Wow.
And I was like, pinch me. Like, are you serious? Do you know how many people I've helped laugh around the world? And if we could digitize all that laughter power. So this is in existence. This was just released and I want everybody, please go do it. It's so simple. You literally go to ComedyCures, right? And then it'll say, or go to Saranne.com, wherever you want to go, or just type in the laughing cow too. I mean, either which way. And there's just a link and it says like, record your laugh and it will take you into this online experience. It's free. Right? It's running 24 hours and you just sign in and you record your laugh. If you don't like your laugh, record it again. If you don't like your laugh, record it again. Do it with your children. Do it with your spouse. Do it with your parents. And I'm telling everyone this. I wish that my parents had been alive to do this. I mean, I wish I had that digital laugh. But here's what's super cool. Ready? Make the laugh their ringtone.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. Like this dawned on me last night. When you record your laugh, it's going to give you the option to make it a digital audio sticker.
Okay.
We send it to you and you can put your face on it or not. Like you could be anonymous or you can let the world know this is your face, this is your laugh, and it will show you in the globe where you're calling from, right? Mm-hmm. Where you're zooming in from, when you're traveling into the internet from. And so you can make it as private or as public as you want, right? Then when you get this in your inbox, and it's going to come from, it actually says the French name of the company because they're a French company, but it's Laughing Cow. When it comes to your inbox, save it, put it on Facebook, put it wherever you want to put it, share it with however you want to share it with, but make it your ringtone. So that when your daughter calls, it's her laughing. Right. When your husband calls, it's your husband laughing. When your mom calls, it's your mom laughing. Then when your phone rings, it's going to be laughing all day, right?
Yes.
And then people are going to go, where is that from? And then you're just going to go, oh, create a global imprint of your laugh. I'm so excited.
Tell us about the comedians that you're working with. I know there's Seth Rogen and some others. So who are some celebrity comedians that you're?
Well, we just did our second program for Seth and Laura Rogen. They started a caregiving charity for families that are living with a person with Alzheimer or dementia. Mm-hmm. And so I did a big workshop for them for caregivers. And then we just had a conference a week ago, and that's online. You can actually, if you go to ComedyCures, and again, just text me, tell me what you need, and we'll get it to you.
Yeah.
That's a caregiver conference. And you didn't have to have somebody living with dementia or Alzheimer's. It could just be great for caregivers. But there is, my panel is called Employing Levity. And there are other people. Sean Hayes from Will and Grace is actually the moderator. And there were 4 of us. And so you could listen to that. But I actually only got to hear one other panel because I was on a panel, and Sanjay Gupta's panel on brain health is worth listening to. I mean, it's just how to have a healthy brain. I found the doctors riveting, and it's something that I would definitely suggest. I've been emailing the link to people all day. They just keep pounding me for the link. We've had so many celebrities support us or perform for us or shout us out, wear our swag. So Jerry Seinfeld was his foundation, very early supporter. Jimmy Kimmel, James Corden, lovely, like different projects or fun things that we've done. Howie Mandel out of Canada and Just for Laughs, the whole Just for Laughs organization and their comedy festival. I've been a comedy pro there for years. And what's so amazing is I just went as an attendee having cancer. And when they heard my story and what I was doing through ComedyCures, they actually invited me as a colleague. So I go back every year as a mentor and a comedy professional. This year it's digital. So they're lovely, just lovely people to deal with. The Wayans brothers, have all worn the pin. Amy Schumer, Zach Galifianakis, Brian Regan, all the late night comedians have. Kevin James has been a supporter and, been at a program that we were collaborating on. Boy, we have on our website usually hundreds of names of comedians. Russell Peters out of Canada, Alan Carr out of England. It's just amazing. Avi Lieberman out of Israel and California, and then all the US comedians. We did 6 specials with Showtime that we were the official charity of. And so it's just, it's endless numbers, but they're all amazing. Dave Chappelle has been a pro supporter, just loves what we do. We haven't worked with him personally. He actually, we have so many funny stories together, including at his tour that just happened before the pandemic at Radio City Music Hall. He's just lovely. I mean, these people are so generous, and comedians will give you this shirt off their back. And Jim Gaffigan, the first time I met him, I had just started the charity, and he heard about it because we were the official charity of a comedy club in New York that was opening, and he was one of the performers, and he was just like, anything you need, just contact me anytime, just that kind of generosity of spirit. Yeah. Amazing. It is. It really is. Okay. So I always end with the last 3 questions. I love what my guests come up with. The first is, what was a mom sense moment for you? And by that, I mean a time where you trusted your intuition, your mom sense. If I had to pick one, I will attribute that to my current husband. There was an event at my synagogue, and the hotel, there's one inn in our town, and that inn had double booked 2 events. So they double booked the people staying there for a wedding, and they double booked people staying there for a celebration at my synagogue. And so I got a call from the rabbi of my synagogue. Could I house the family that was doing the event at my shul? Okay. Because they needed to be within walking distance, and they did not have a place to stay. So I said, of course. They came over, and I put them up for the night in my home. And then there was a knock at the door, and this woman looked very embarrassed, and she said, could I? And I was like, honey, do you need to stay here? It's okay. And she was like, well, I don't know you. And I was like, no, hurry up. The event's going to be starting. Just come in. And she was like, well, I have a room at the hotel. I just don't want to stay where I don't know anybody.
Running a business comes with a lot of what ifs, but luckily there's a simple answer to them. Shopify. It's the commerce platform behind millions of businesses, including Thrive Cosmetics and Momofuku, and it'll help you with everything you need. From website design and marketing to boosting sales and expanding operations, Shopify can get the job done and make your dream a reality. Turn those what ifs into... Sign up for your $1 per month trial at shopify.com/special offer.
Hi, it's Eva Longoria, and let's be real. After 40, we should ask for more from our skincare. I swear by Revitalift Triple Power Moisturizer by L'Oreal Paris. with vitamin C, pro-retinol, and hyaluronic acid. It reduces my wrinkles, firms, and brightens. And it's not a procedure. It's just a hardworking moisturizer.
Revitalift Triple Power Moisturizer by L'Oréal Paris. Grab it today in fragrance-free or with SPF 30. Available at your local Walmart.
And I'm like, of course, give up your room. Somebody needs it. Come stay with me. So that woman stayed over. The event happened. And then the next night, she didn't leave. She stayed. And I wasn't going to kick somebody out of my house. So I just invited her to stay. So she stayed again. And then the next night she didn't leave. And I was like, should I invite her to stay again? Yeah. So at the end of that, she actually said to me, you know, you're like one of the nicest people I've ever met. Like, I can't believe what you did. I would like to set you up with someone. I think I know the perfect person for you.
Oh, wow.
Right. And I was like, I'm sorry, I can't do that. I'm dating someone. And she said, break up with them. And I'm like, wow, she stays 2 nights and now she's telling me to break up with my roommate.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, so I said, no, I can't. That's mean. Like, I can't do it. So this woman called me every single month, once a month, to find out if I had broken up with this man. Like, talk about persistence.
Wow.
So we get to the 1 year mark of this week that she stayed at my house. And she called me again and she said, did you break up with the guy? And I was like, as a matter of fact, I did. And she goes, I cannot believe that you did not call me. I told you I have someone for you. So I said, you know what? I like to take time. Like, you know, there's a long relationship. So anyway, she goes, don't date anyone. And so she called me back and said, I'm setting you up with this guy and you should look him up online. And I was like, no, I'm not looking him up online. I don't do that. I'll meet him and either we'll connect or we won't. So we finally go out on our first date. And I'm sitting at the date and I'm like, wow, this is everything she said, you know, smart, funny, just a great conversationalist, very handsome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just really enjoyed being with him. So on the second date, this is where you have to trust yourself. I say to him, okay, look, this woman has been talking about you for 1 year. She has been trying to get us together. She thinks we're going to get married and have this whole long story and we're so perfect for each other. Do you see what she saw?
Wow.
And he says, yep. And I go, you do? I was so shocked that a handsome bachelor in New York would say yes. Like, I mean, it was such an honest question. And he just unequivocally said yes. So I said, okay, there's no wrong answer. Like, you can answer anything you want. And I gave him like 4 different scenarios that could play out. One was that we never see each other again. It was a fun date, second date, that's it. And another one was that we just decide no games, we're going to go for it. And then there were 2 other options. And he said, clear the decks. Wow. And I go, wait a minute, clear the decks. Like, I don't date anybody else, but you keep dating people, but I don't know it.
Right.
And he goes, no, clear the decks. Let's go for it.
Oh my
and
gosh.
within 5, I met his parents on our next date because he invited me to an event where they happened to be.
Okay.
I met his daughter on the next date after that because I threw a little Father's Day thing and his parents and daughter were there. So like, you can't throw a Father's Day thing if everybody doesn't come, right?
Yeah. Yep.
And then on our 5th week, my daughter flew in with my surviving person that is like a mom to me. And that was the lady who raised me. She was like a mom. So she came in and everybody wanted to see who this guy was, right? And after they met him, they just said, you guys have to get married. That's it. Week 5. You guys are perfect.
Yeah.
You guys have to just do this, jump, go. So at week 8, he was like, so do you want to get married? He went ring shopping, picked out diamonds. I got to go to, Diamond Row and check which one I wanted. And that was it. It was that intuition. It was just that clean, that simple. We're, thank God, so happily married. He's amazing. And, you can pick a frog the first time, but I got my daughter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like, I got the prince now and, my daughter loves my present husband and you can have the fairy tale.
let's not forget our quote of the day. Okay, so the next one is a quote that you live by.
I had to come up with a quote for the statue, this beautiful statue that Mary Ellen Shirl, a famous sculptor, made. And on it, I think I said, a tumor that inspired humor. It's so simple and specific, but I just wanted to convey that no matter how painful or how scary or how dark something appears in your life, that if you can step back just a minute, and these are the strategies that we teach, and allow breath and humor, because when you laugh, you're which oxygenates your brain, which allows you to think more clearly. If you can just take that moment, right, to not react in the negativity and in the drama, and just take that moment, you may be able to see another perspective.
It's now time for Mom Haul, when we share products we love. So is there a product that you're loving right now?
So my Mom Haul product happens to be the Tibetan herbs that I take. I was not responding to any treatment whatsoever. 3 surgeries, 44 radiation treatments, 2.5 years of chemo, 7 different drugs, and nothing arrested my cancer to the point that it went away. Sunned it a little, but nothing took care of it. And then I had the blessing to meet the Dalai Lama's doctor and have a medical appointment with him. And he gave me a series of 4 different herbal installments that I have taken every single day since winter of 2000, going into 2001. And within 3 weeks, my cancer slowed. Within 6 weeks, my cancer stopped growing. And then they followed it and tracked it for 18 months thereafter until July of 2002.
Wow.
I was told that I had no evidence of disease.
That wraps up our interview. I cannot thank you enough. Tell our audience again where they can find you.
You can find me at ComedyCures.org or at ComedyCures. It's ComedyCures, or Saranne.com. Show me love. Like, I want people to come and say hi to me online, on my websites. It's just, they're so shiny new. Like, they're all new. So I just would love to get your reaction. My online tag is at Saranne Media, Saranne Media, and they cross-pollinate, so you can find me either place. Our laugh line, do not forget to call it. It's like a gem. Is 1-888 ha 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 ha. That's 4 ha's. And for all the people that have OCD like me, I know it's 8 and phone numbers are 7. It's okay. The phone company doesn't care that you put the extra ha. Give me the ha. Show me the ha love when you do it. And if you dial and laugh at the same time, that's even better for you. And join the Laughter Summit. Sign up for online programs. Anybody you know that's in a challenging way, let them come be part of our community. And you know what? Honestly, if you have extra money, donate to ComedyCures. You know, there are buttons on our site. Go to ComedyCures.org or call us in the office. The information's there. And make a small donation. I mean, we get donations of $1 from kids and from families who are on food stamps. And if you know somebody, like if a super rich aunt somewhere who just wants to give a big grant, or I can name something. I can name the Laughter Summit after you. You can have the Laughter Summit named after your company. You can just, participate. And if you can't, we have volunteers. If you can't donate money, you can just tell people about our projects. But please, please record your laugh, because I want to know that in my lifetime, at least 30,000 people became part of that laughter experience.
Amazing. Saranne, thank you so much for being a light in our lives and bringing laughter to all of us and all of the people that you meet. You are such a joy, and I'm blessed to know you.
Thank you for doing Mom Sense. I think the mom conversation is so important. So if you've enjoyed us, if you've loved what you've heard, then just tell your friends, like tell your people, however, spread the word, because the way she gets to do what she wants to do is by building this audience. And that's when people in, powerful positions start paying attention. And that's why I raced to do this. Like, we just banged this out so fast because I wanted to be able to publicize Mom Sense on all my platforms when the world is really paying so much attention to us because of the graciousness of the Laughing Cow. So I wanted to have the Mom Sense logo on my page, and I wanted to have it all over my social media so people can hear how important the mom conversation is. And that's what you're hearing here. Incredibly unique people doing incredibly inspiring things, just trying to help us moms all live more joyful, more productive, more, passionate and insightful lives and feel understood and heard, right? Yeah. So support Mom Sense.
Thank you. Thank you. Now you're my PR rep.
I am. It's so good.
I love you.
Listened, and you're so talented, So, and in a pandemic, look, she's figuring out ways to make the lives of moms improved. Like, you know how hard that is when you're juggling all this drama to make a commitment every single week to come up with great guests and give them great questions and then do all the technical and then do all the social media. This is a full-time job. Yeah. And she's giving us this gift and this blessing of Mom Sense, while she's got a husband and all of the demands that are on us. So I'm inspired by you.
Thank you.
I am inspired by you.
Isn't Saranne remarkable? I am so thankful that I got a chance to share her story of struggle and survival and success. She has made it her life's work to touch millions and millions of people through laughter, and it truly is the best medicine there is. Be sure to check out her brand new website, saranne.com, SARANNE, and you can visit my website for show notes and more details about her. And my website is that'stotalmomsense.com. Definitely consider donating to the ComedyCures Foundation and calling the Laugh Line, which is free, and even joining the Laughing Cow campaign she mentioned. I just recorded my son's laugh, and it just made me smile. And I got a chance to listen to other laughs from around the world. It's a really, really cool initiative. And we want to get her to our goal of 30K by the end of the month. As always, trust your mom sense. Stay strong, super mamas and super dads. See you next time. Bye.
That's total mom sense.